Does this need to be hooked up? Cause we're gonna have to hook my computer up.
Yeah, what we'll do is that so I'm assuming you need the ability to go back and forth between your iPad and the computer.
Yeah, until they get here with the whiteboard. Cause the latest would have been here at 12. They got it locked up.
Okay, so what we'll have to do is we can only have either or one of them set up at one time because they're coming from two different sources, and the computer doesn't have like smart. It's not a smart TV, or it allows you to AirPlay.
Alright,
So that's why I have to bring my Apple TV.
alright. Let's just use the computer right now.
Yeah. So let's just do that.
Alright.
You're gonna make my call.
I got an adapter.
Thank you. Check, check. Check, check. So over $4 billion in management. So he's been on Wall Street, he's crushed it. So he's gonna go over a couple things with you guys on really just understanding the markets, how to get in and out of the markets, understanding just where you're at. Basically, if you're stuck, he's gonna show you how to get out, show you how to get in, and make some money, and make sure that you do it the right way. There's a right way, and there's a wrong way. So we're gonna definitely cover that for today. But anybody, I guess let me ask you this. What's like the hardest thing for trading for you guys? Hardest thing? Psychology? Yeah. Anybody else? What was that? A flow? Like a flow what? Okay, like strategy, right? To get in and out, okay. So psychology, strategy, anything else that anybody has issues with? What is it? Not being too greedy, okay. Knowing when to take the money and get out, yeah? Okay. Anything else? Discipline, okay, yeah. That's a big one, right? You see how it's easy for someone to get caught up in their own, what? Self-beliefs, right? So the biggest thing is whatever issues you have, Daniel will definitely go over and kind of cover exactly what you guys are struggling with, and that way you can start seeing the vision on how that works. So these are great things. But with further ado, here's Jacoby, and welcome, welcome.
Oh, appreciate y'all. Yo. Yo. How everybody doing? Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Happy New Year. All right, so I'll be completely honest. I'm fairly new to trading, so I want to talk about how I met Daniel. I met Daniel from a mutual friend. He needed some help with building out his systems and his intake because he has all this knowledge, all of this game on trading, but he didn't have a good system and a good process to introduce people to his skill set, right? So I built a website for another friend of mine. And Daniel reached out to me. He was like, you know, I need a funnel to better funnel in clients because I'm losing clients. I'm missing out on opportunities of teaching this game because I don't have a system, I have a website. So we ended up working together. I built him out a funnel, and he asked me if I would share more information on that. I'm more the internet guy. I'm not really a person that's like in the public that much. I've been making my bag on the internet since like 2015. But I wanted to get out more this year and touch the people. So I'm gonna share what I know as far as digital marketing, how to make money online, and introduce you guys to this new wave of course creators, physical, digital products. I've had my agency now since 2015. I've been able to help scale a lot of entrepreneurs online. I actually made women millions of dollars selling hair weave. I was actually behind a lot of beauty brands. Snob Life, I'm the Snob Life, her hair company, Diamond Virgin Hair, a lot of women, successful women I've worked with here in Atlanta. I've also helped build a bunch of fitness brands, from the waist trainers. You guys seen the waist trainers go viral the last couple of years. I was behind a lot of those campaigns. A lot of the entrepreneurs that are here in Atlanta, as far as like Recession Proof, Wall Street Trapper, Circle of CEOs, Earn Your Leisure. I don't know if you guys are familiar with any of these brands, but I helped build a lot of those brands as far as design, websites, etc. So I'm going to be sharing some information with you guys on how to make some additional income outside of trading, because what I've always thought about trading is that I could never get into trading unless I had a substantial amount of money to set aside to trade. I know a lot of people probably feel that way. So I'm gonna show you guys some additional ways on how you can make income if you're some business owners. So I'm curious who we have in a room. Is there anybody in here who actually owns a business right now? Any business owners in here? All right, cool. All right, cool. So owning a business, what I realized owning a business is 2 M's. The 2 M's you need is money and marketing. Most important thing you need to grow a business. So you can have the best product in the world, but if you can't figure out how to get visibility and to pay for marketing, then it doesn't even matter. So you need the money. So I'm gonna be talking about how to get the bag, how to get the money, and how to get visibility. And a lot of people fear is that they don't have following. They get intimidated by social media, content creation, making posts, etc. right? I've done the same thing. I've suffered from social media anxiety, and people be like, damn, how did you do it? But I've been able to build my following over like 90,000 in the last 4 or 5 years. So yeah, we're gonna get right into it and get it going. So I gave y'all a little bit of rundown of who I am. I co-own a brand called Digital Brands. Our specialty is CRO. CRO stands for conversion rate optimization. So what we do is we take a look at what somebody has going on and improve it with phenomenal branding and creative marketing. All right. So I'm going to be covering some ways to make money on Instagram, Facebook, etc. But I'm going to talk about who this isn't for and who it is for. All right, so we actually skipped this. Keep going. All right, so this is me trying to look fly. As I share some of these brands that I work with, Soul Boy Apparel, Girl Plus Guy, you may or may not know these brands, but some celebrities that I work with is 2 Chainz, Yandy, Kenya, B. Simone, etc. So we'll keep it going. This is some of the design work for my agency. Our specialty has been Black e-commerce businesses. We've been killing it, helped a lot of people transition from their jobs. So a lot of people fire their bosses, and that's been a beautiful thing for me to know, to just see the results out here of what I've been able to do. So keep going. All right, so we all got to start from somewhere. So my first time I jumped into the e-commerce industry, first off, anybody in here that doesn't know what e-commerce is? Well, I'll explain it anyway. So physical commerce is like a business or a traditional brick and mortar. Same thing with the internet. So it's internet commerce. So it's the business of having a product and selling a product or a service, right? So my first time that I made money online was I was selling a dad hat. I had a cool little patch that was on it, and I made $683. I was selling cars at the time at a dealership, and this was my first side hustle. And once I made $683 in a week, I was like, oh, I got to figure out how to do this. And I ended up transitioning out of my job in less than 7 months. Less than 7 months of doing e-commerce. So we keep it going. All right. So this is when I knew I figured a lot of things out. This is my first 7-figure client. The first time I helped somebody make over $1 million in a year. I didn't make it, but I was super happy that I helped somebody else with strategies, creative marketing, ideas, branding, concepts. And this client was selling waist trainers. A little bit of story about her. She was actually, before we started working together, she was trying to sell her furniture just to pay her rent. So that just shows you, your life can change like that. Made $1 million. All right, we keep it going. All right, we keep it going. All right, again, I'm just showing you some of the social proof, showing you guys why I have a little bit of authority to be up here speaking. So, yeah, we keep it going. All right, and I'm a firm believer that relationships win championships. I know everybody in here is, obviously you're here because you understand that you need to be in a room. So I'm always a firm believer of getting in a room, going to masterminds, learning, getting my mindset together. Because you got to have $1 million in your mind before you have $1 million in your pocket. Keep it going. All right, keep it going. So I'm going to be talking about digital income opportunities and some of the services that I offer too. So outside of the trading, again, like that's just one stream of income, but I know that it's a whole, well, actually digital product industry is a $350 billion industry right now. And by 2025, it's supposed to be a $550 billion industry, just selling digital products. So I made my first $1 million in 2020 selling courses. So it's digital products is the way to go. And the way that you do it is typically with having ebooks, having a community, a course, a coaching program, and provide mentorship. And I call it e-com automation. All right. And then this is when I made my first M in 2020. So, you see the cheese on my face. All right. And then I'm going to show you some of the services that I offer too. So you guys want to tap in. I'm going to do a giveaway at the end too. Keep it going. All right. So this is Tony Robbins. And I like this quote by Tony Robbins. He says, if you do what you've always done, then you'll get what you've always gotten. I'm a firm believer in that. All right. So we keep it going. All right, so I'm going to teach y'all today in this training, while we're waiting on D, is how to turn your customer from a suspect to a raving fan. And we're going to do it with some creative strategies on how you get attention and how you get people to become an evangelist of you, right? So people are speaking and spreading your word and your name out to the masses. So keep it going. All right, so let's get started. All right, cool. I want everybody in here to live the WFA lifestyle. WFA stands work from anywhere. So being a digital nomad, being able to travel, being able to log into your phone, make a post, and make money. All right, keep it going. All right, so if anybody's familiar with the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, that was the first book that I read that introduced me to entrepreneurship. This was the thing that really stood out to me was this cash flow quadrant, which was employee, business owner, self-employed, and investor. At the time, I was in this left category, employee, when I was working in the car dealership. Then I got introduced to being a business owner, which is what I do now. And then now, what we're all in here for is we're trying to be an investor, right? We want to get compound interest, we want to grow our money substantially, put it into place. So we want to be on this side, right? Hey, y'all want to be on this side, on the right side? Everybody on the right side? Yeah, all right, cool. Make sure I'm in the right room. Let me get my energy up. Y'all participate with me real quick. Y'all gonna vibe with me? All right, so I'm gonna say something. I need y'all to say something back. So I want y'all to say high income after I say this. High energy. High income. High energy. High income. All right, let me get it right. All right, cool. All right, so yeah, back to starting your own online business. We're gonna keep it going. All right, so most of us want out of life upgraded relationships, freedom of time, better lifestyle, better mindset. And how it works is getting the right audience and then figuring out where your audience is at, creating the right bait for your audience and discovering if your audience cares about your value or cost, and then having the right tools and systems in the team to convert on your audience, right? And I'm gonna show you guys how to do that in this training. Keep it going. All right, so I live by this thing, it's called the 5 Ps of marketing. 5 Ps of marketing, right? And people is the most important when it comes down to marketing. People is having the right target audience. So when you're marketing in a digital marketing world, it's usually 4 things that matter. I'm gonna go through these Ps. Usually 4 things that matter if you're creating ads or content and you're trying to do paid promotion. Anybody ever ran ads in here before? All right, okay. Nobody else ran ads? All right, cool. So it's 4 things that typically matter when you're running ads. One of the most important things is the copy. So marketers call it copy. General public calls it captions or text, right? Marketers call it copy. So copywriting is a high income skill. People pay you a lot of money if you can convey a certain message to target a certain audience based off of the wording that you type, right? So if you got the right people, you're targeting the right people, that's the most important thing, because you can have an amazing offer, but the wrong person, it doesn't matter. So another thing that matters when you're doing digital advertising is a creative. It's called a creative. The marketers call it a creative. General public calls it a video or a picture. So marketing, we call it a creative. The third most important thing is your landing page or your website. The quality of the website. So again, you can have great copy, you can have great creative, but if your website is trash, nobody converts, right? So then last but not least, it always goes back to the target audience. So it goes right back to the people, right? So the Ps, the 5 Ps of marketing are people, place, promotion, price, and then product. Product's not up there, but your product has to be on point also, right? So keep it going. And here's the extra P, process. All right, so process is important too, and we won't go through all this text. We'll keep it going. All right, so again, typically when we're seeing new information, something in our mind is saying, oh, this isn't for me, social media isn't for me, I don't have enough following, I gotta start over, I'm doing this from scratch. Everything that I'm telling you guys will work even if you have no following. It doesn't matter if you have less than 1,000 followers. If you're consistent with your content and you can create a situation where you're more attractive than attacking, then eventually the right customers will come along. You just gotta be consistent. That's the cheat code. Keep it going. All right, so imagine when you guys get on social media, especially Instagram, is like a big ass vendor booth. You literally just scrolling down your timeline, everybody trying to sell you something. Sell, 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 sell. Right, you get the scrollies. You get on there trying to be productive. Next thing you know, you got the scrollies. You tapping in, you buying somebody ebook or buying somebody course. So what I say is if you're gonna be a consumer, why not be a producer? You can take best of both worlds. So I'm gonna ask you guys, is anybody in here who doesn't have an online vendor booth that would want one? Like who would wanna sell something online that's not currently selling something online? Anybody? All right, cool. Cool. All right, cool. I'm gonna show y'all how to have an online vendor booth. Y'all ever walk into a convention and everybody's selling you something, you can't do nothing but come out your pocket. You can't get nothing in. Gotta get something in. All right, so the old way is trying to build a brand, telling random strangers to DM you, trying to set up a calendar for anyone, post, network, Google YouTube, Google YouTube, repeat. All right, so I'm gonna show you some other strategies outside of doing this, because I used to do this. I don't do that no more. All right, so let's keep it going. All right, so you have to do this thing called picky marketing. Picky marketing. All right, so with picky marketing, it breaks down like this. You have your general audience, right? So my target audience is usually business owners, but what I focused on was beauty brands, and then I sub-niched down even further to hair companies because I was in Atlanta, right? So not only did I want to deal with business, I wanted to deal with beauty brands and specifically hair companies, right? So I became the go-to person in the hair company as a person who can build hair brands. I focused on working with all the top influencers who were hair brands, and I literally offered my services in exchange for promotion. So I had no real money to be able to afford to work with these people. I literally just said, yo, I'll build your brand, I'll do whatever, just promote me, and I got that influence from the top influencers by doing that, right? Going to the top. Keep it going. All right, so it's a saying that says the richest are in the niches. So the more niche you are equals the more money you make. All right, keep it going. All right. And here's why this works. They don't choose you, you choose them. You only work with clients that want to work with you and that you can help get the best results. It's no weird or awkward selling. You just work with people that are the perfect fit for you. So all I do is post a specific type of content tailored to that person, and then I let them come to me, right? Keep it going. And then it goes back to your marketing message. So I've coined this phrase. I ain't trademarked it, so don't steal it. It's called the attract attack. Actually, you know what? I did trademark it. That's on camera. Let me say that. All right, keep it going. All right, so client attraction and picky marketing. Let's keep it. All right, keep it going. Go to the next one. All right, so I talked about a funnel for Daniel at the beginning. So what Daniel was doing before we actually met, he was posting on his social media. He was like, yo, I got all these results. I've been teaching people for 20 plus years, on Wall Street, and I got all these reviews on Google, but it was no real way to show that. He wasn't really showing that the proper way, right? So I was like, well, what you need is more than a website. You actually need a funnel, right? You need a situation where you're doing all these things up top. You're doing YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. You're attracting people, but that's it. You don't have anything else. So your goal is to have a funnel and a process where people can smoothly transition through your funnel to eventually convert, right? So when you're starting a business, you gotta have an opportunity for people to like, know, and trust you. You'll notice what people do by mistake on social media is every post is sell, 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 versus actually attracting, educating, and engaging. All right? All right, so I coined another phrase. It's called the invisible man method. It's how to build a relationship with your dream clients and get them to become raving fans and paying customers. Keep it going. All right. Again, you're probably thinking, what if I don't have a following? How do I do that? All right, again, this works even if you have less than 1K followers. So the invisible man method starts with client attraction. So it's 3 ways to do client attraction. It's the formula. You can either entertain, educate, or inspire. It's a 3-step formula. You can do all 3, but I say try to hone in on one. You can do all 3. I play with all 3 on my page, but when you're doing it, just be intentional about the posts. You need to be educating, entertaining, or inspiring. And then after you do all of that, how are you capturing their data? Data is the new gold, right? Data is the most important thing when it comes to running a business. You have to collect emails, you have to collect SMS, or from a digital marketing side, we collect cookies and pixels and all that technical stuff to be able to retarget you. I'm sure we all scroll down our timeline and seen something we were thinking about. Anybody experienced that before? Thinking about, it's crazy. Yep. Educate, entertain, and inspire. So inspiring could be similar to motivating, but inspiring is I prefer inspiring than just motivating. And then client dating, right? So for all the fellas in here, You know, you take a girl out, if you're trying to get it on the first night, it's like, she like, what? You gotta date them you gotta date your clients for a little while. You gotta date you. That's what I'm saying. You can't get straight to trying to hit it, getting the sale on it as soon as you start posting. You gotta be patient. You gotta talk to them. You gotta court. You gotta give game, give captions, share success stories over and over again. And then eventually you propose. And then eventually you make the ask. So I live by 80-20 rule. It's 80% game, 20% ask. 80-20. So 80% just straight value, free game, and then eventually I ask for your money. All right, then we marry. All right, keep it going. All right, so the way that you would capture the information is through an email list or SMS list. And we're gonna keep it going. So I say you want to try to get an email list of at least 2,000 people. Just focus on getting emails. If you're trying to start a business online, do not focus on the sales. If you're brand new, do not focus on the sales. Get as many emails and phone numbers as possible. Create consistent communication. That goes back to having a process, a system, and things in place on the back end where you're nurturing your audience, where you're giving them game, you're giving them information, everything that you're studying, and you're just condensing it and putting it in one place so they don't have to go look at YouTube. They don't have to go search for other places, right? So I talked about I own a CRO agency, which stands for Conversion Rate Optimization. So the average e-commerce or online business has about a 2% conversion rate. That's actually considered to be a good conversion rate, 2%, right? So I even give you guys a formula. Might be too technical. All right. But let's say, here's a formula. Let's say 20 people are in this room right now. Let's say 20 people, and then one person buys. So you do, to get your conversion rate, you have to do the person who converted by how many people actually seen your offer times 100, then it equals to your conversion rate. So I'm gonna give you the number. So if 20 people are in here and one person bought times 100, that means I have a 5% conversion rate. So the reason why this is important is because a lot of people try to focus on how to make more money versus figuring out how to convert higher, right? You start paying for marketing dollars and you're paying for advertising, you're trying to figure out why aren't you making money, is you need to focus on, step back a little bit, clean yourself up, Same thing, if I was trying to holler at somebody and my haircut not right, I'm looking a mess, it don't matter how good a game I'm spitting because I won't convert. You gotta be on point. So math-wise, if you got 50 people at $500, that's an extra $25K a year. So what I mean is if you make at least $500 extra from 50 people from having a side hustle, a side business, outside of your trading, outside of your job, but if you can just create an email list and you can sell an ebook or a mini course at $500, that's an extra $25K a year. Or 100 people at least 1K, that's an extra $100,000 a year. And that's what's happening in this course world. It's literally about Atlanta is ahead of the game when it comes to like digital products. I have friends who in 1 year, 10 million, 20 million, 30 million just off of selling digital products. So I'm telling you guys, if you have any expertise, any knowledge, any game, any experience that you know that people DM you, ask you about, you want to package that. In a framework for that, I call it EPD. It stands for extract, package, and deliver. So you want to extract your knowledge, package it into a digital product, and get with somebody like me to help you deliver it. All right, cool. Keep it going. All right, keep it going. This is a little sauce, but this. All right, so this is back to the funnel. If you guys want to look this up online, it's called an IDA method. You can go to Google and you can take a look at that. Go back for me. Will it go back? Probably won't go back. All right. So here's the IDA method. You can look this up on your own downtime. You want to get attention, create interest, create desire, and then you create action. So this is congruent with everything that I'm talking about, right? Is that this is how you make money online, right? Because what everybody's seeing here, this is a free training. Obviously, it's a free training. You're going to get a lot of game, and hopefully you can take this information that you're getting for free and run these plays. But at the end, we're going to try to sell you something, right? It's just, sometimes you got to pay more attention. So keep it going. All right, so I call this my horizontal scaling method because I do it differently. Like I focus on attraction. Again, I've learned this through experience. Just being consistent, showing my work, showing my results, showing my social proof is that now I'm in a place where if I go to my DM, it's always some money there for me. And that's where you want to be at. There's always some money laying around for you. All right? So keep it going. And if you're going to create digital product offers or courses, you want to make sure that your offer seems irresistible, right? where it's so good that people feel stupid for saying no, right? So I'm gonna show you guys how to do that too. Let me keep it going. So here's an example. Somebody read this out loud. Let me get a volunteer. So it's two different offers. So offer meaning something that's proposed online, right? So I want y'all to, somebody to volunteer. Who we got? You got it? All right, cool. So read offer one for me.
A course on how to create your own successful ads, on how to set up ads step by step.
All right, read offer two.
A course with a series of successful ads you can simply use and edit yourself.
Which one you like better? Y'all like offer one or offer two? Think about it. Two. So with both people are trying to sell something, it's essentially the same thing, but we want something that we can easily copy, use, and edit ourselves. We want a copy and paste method. We want a formula. We want steps that's already working, right? Nobody wants a course on how to create, this is cool, a course on how to create your own sex ad, how to set up ads step by step, but I got to do all this. But something you can just copy and paste and use and edit yourself just makes you feel a little bit better mentally about it. You're like, oh, this is easy. It won't be as difficult. So whenever you're trying to sell something, make your offer as irresistible as possible and understand that framing matters. Framing matters. All right, keep it going. So here's a study that 92% of people who visit your website don't buy from you the first time. I'm pretty sure we all do that. We don't typically buy the first time when we see something the first time. So that's why retargeting and marketing is so important. Keep it going. What you need is automation. Automation. All right, so one of the services my agency offers is sales funnels, and that's what I built for Daniel. So for Daniel, as we're going to be going on our marketing campaign for Daniel, he has a landing page that tells everybody about him, what he does, his experience. Then his next page that he has is an introduction of a mini course, and then it's a downsell page if somebody doesn't opt into the downsell page, and if somebody opts into the course, then it's an upsell page. So he has a whole process that all you have to do is set up one time, and it works for him over and over and over again. So if you're a business owner, you need a funnel, because guess what? Every business that you go to has a funnel. A little ratchet. Y'all don't judge me. Edit that out. All right, so every business that you typically go to has a funnel set up. It's like an invisible funnel. From you walking in, I remember I was in Vegas and they almost scammed me to buy a timeshare, right? Well, they really did. I bought it, but I was able to cancel within 3 days. But the funnel was so cold, I was like, oh, I'm literally just going through the funnel, oblivious to what's going on, but they just hit me with all kind of mind judo, back, bow, 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 bow. And when you're not aware of it and you in it, you're just getting hit. So what I'm saying is that you need that same type of experience in your business, all right? Keep it going. So you want to think of a sales funnel as 2 employees, a virtual assistant, a salesperson that's working for you 24/7, 365 days a year, without sick days, without a vacation, without being lazy and posting on social media and asking for a raise. How many of y'all, any business owners, y'all got experience with employees that do all of that stuff? Man, I was the worst one. I was the worst one when I was an employee. Man, I ain't going to give y'all that story. All right, so yeah, let's put it all together. Again, I'm explaining to you guys, if you have more of a digital product or a high-ticket offer, you want to make sure that you're guiding your potential customers or potential community through a sales process, so they don't get lost, they don't get confused, because a confused mind always says no. Y'all write that down, it's a bar. Of how I was able to do this, and I created a lot of attraction and awareness and made a good amount of money just from this post. So what I did is I crowd hacked. This is a creative marketing strategy. It's called crowd hacking. So with crowd hacking, you ask your customers a question. So these are some of the designs that my company did. This is a beauty brand we did, a beauty brand. This is Earn Your Leisure. This is Wall Street Trapper. This is New Age CEO. This is Waist Snatchers. All of these brands, multiple 7-figure brands. So I put a design together, and I said, which website design would you choose? And from a branding perspective, it's important to have website design in red. Like, those little nuances matter, right? I put this weird little emoji, fire symbol. All of this is a marketing ploy for me to get people to engage. And then I put the question. Here's the question. If you had 90 days to make 50K, which website design are you choosing to run it up? All designs made by digital brands. Crowd hacking is getting people involved and asking them a question for participation. I've been doing the same strategy for years, from building beauty brands, from apparel brands. Whenever I drop a beauty product or a beauty line, I'll post mock-ups or samples and say, hey, I'm thinking about dropping this new product line. I need you guys' help. What do you think would be the best product for me? Boom, now I'm crowd hacking, getting everybody involved. I'm literally taking them through my journey as I'm building a brand. I'm taking them through the whole process with me, right? One of my first campaigns that took me from ashy to classy was in 2015, 2016, the Dab and Santa campaign with me and my business partners. I don't know, y'all remember everybody was doing the dab and the Santa Claus? All right, so we were behind that campaign. We made $2 million in 60 days, right, collectively between the group. So 2 Chainz was ahead of it, but that's how we really went viral, was taking people through every process and showing them the sweaters. We're thinking about this, and everybody was getting involved. So I'm gonna show y'all the results of what happened with this after I was able to post this. When they went to my website, right, this is another strategy, so I'm gonna give you 2 strategies. But this is another way that I crowd hack, or I offer free value. So I created a website, and it was called Marketing Steps You Can't Afford to Miss, right? So it was a real ugly site, and the reason why I made it ugly, because it's a strategy. Ugly also sells too. Sometimes if your website is too pretty, people are like, damn, I can't afford this, it's gonna be too expensive. So I'm just being creative, trying to figure out if I create an ugly site or weird font. I did this, I was able to capture all these emails, and I sold them something on the back end. So you gotta give away something to get something. All right, keep it going. So this is how I did it. I gave a marketing steps you can't afford to miss, and I was really intentional about giving them real game. So I gave them a SWOT analysis. This is something that you wanna use in business. If you're trying to start a business, you need to know what a SWOT analysis is. A SWOT analysis is understanding your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and your threats. That's a whole nother explanation. But creating an action plan, having an outline and a competitive research guide, and I did this. Get your free ebook here. And I just used a platform called ClickFunnels. Y'all familiar with ClickFunnels? This is just a platform I use, and I did this, and I was able to capture these emails and keep it going. And I'm gonna show you, I was able to bring in 267,000 just off of having a front-end offer of an ebook. I did this in less than a year. So February, yeah. So February to May. So it was 3 months. So yeah, when you do that, you just start attracting leads, and you're stealing the attention from all of your other competitors out there, because not everybody's trying to give away game. You gotta give away the game, right? So keep it going. All right, so what's typically happened behind the scenes, keep it going, is, oh yeah, I'll touch on this. So what I was talking about, the teaching what you know, right? So telling your story, all this is tying in together. Everything that I do, whether I'm taking an L or if I'm taking a W, I usually like document it and I show it on my page, because people want to go with the journey. That's why it's called stories on your Instagram. You got to share your stories. People will literally just post a story of them winning, and nobody cares. Now show the behind the scenes, show you working. All right. So when you do that, you gain trust and you show your credibility, and then you always want to give a clear CTA. Let me see if there's any marketers in here, man. Anybody know what CTA means? My boy, he on it. All right, cool. So yeah, so you want to sell your process, not necessarily your content. People are gonna fall in love with your process. All right, keep it going. That's value marketing. This is some campaigns this is another system that I use, and I'll just tell you guys the system. It's called Active Campaign. It's a back-end email marketing system that I was using, and I was able to collect 9,000 plus emails just on one campaign, right? And emails, as I just said, that's gold. This is where the money's at. The money's in the data. You can collect the data, that's where the bread at. All right, keep it going. All right, keep it going. All right, and then after you collect the data, you gotta have a system and a funnel set up. So all of this looks confusing, but it's really strategic. You're breaking it down based off of how long a person is in your list, what action they took on your list. So let's say if somebody watched my webinar, I can send a certain email to a person who watched my full webinar versus a person who made it halfway through. I can send a certain email based off of somebody who bought my product versus somebody who didn't. And I'm really strategic with my messaging, so now everybody's getting put in the right pot, right? And they're not getting bombarded with the same information like, damn, I'm tired of seeing, I bought your course, bro, like, relax. All right, keep it going. And this looks really confusing, but this is, I built out a system right here of automated messages. So if you even DM me right now, you'll see that I have a system where you can literally, my whole bot talks to you on the back end. So the whole goal is to automate as many things as possible so I can be here talking with you guys and my system can still be working, making me some coins. All right? Let me keep it going. So boiling this down too, we're gonna get ready to sum this up, but the whole point of what I'm trying to explain to you, if you're starting a business, you have to know this terminology, and it's called a value ladder. So usually in a value ladder, you always wanna have a free gift, and then you have a first tier, second tier, third tier, and then a top tier offer, right? So for your people who are, serious and not curious, they're gonna continue to go up your value ladder. So usually what happens in most time in businesses where I've been down this road, and I'm telling you from experience, is selling to a customer one time and then continuing to have to try to get a new customer over and over and over again. It's gonna burn you out, you're gonna be tired, you're gonna be exhausted. What you really need is a continuity plan, right? That's one of my mentors, he told me you need a continuity plan to really set yourself up. A continuity plan is a subscription, right? If you're looking to start a business, you really need a subscription-based model so you can have I don't wanna say passive income, but just a for sure situation where you can now think more creatively, right? And that's just a good feeling. So keep it going. And getting back down to, this is like a whole bunch of technical stuff, but just for you can kind of see the psychology that goes into what these marketers are thinking, what we're thinking in the background. We're literally working for you and trying to think ahead of the future of how a person is going to interact with your content, with your offer. So I got like a little screenshot showing, from squeeze pages to pop-ups to giving somebody free shipping, and then it gets crazy. Keep going. All right, so typically in business, it's three different type of people in business. It's either somebody who is a DIY type of person who wants to do it themselves. It's a DIFM person, somebody says, do it for me. And then it's a person who's a hybrid who says, do it with me. They want to learn in the process, but also just want some guidance and some help. All right, keep going. I'm gonna show you guys some results of some new students that I have, because I have courses. So I do e-commerce, and I'm gonna show you some of the receipts with the deets. So these are some students that, some of them work jobs, some of them don't, but just some little screenshots of some students getting 332 orders for a small ticket item. They were able to make $3,000 in a week. Keep it going. Another student, $10,000 in a month, 969 orders. And again, a lot of my clients are beauty brands, so I'm gonna give y'all some products that you can tap into, like body butters. If you're looking to sell products, body butters, skincare, anti-wrinkle cream, feminine products, so many things that you can sell online. Like, it's easy to make money with e-commerce, I'm telling you. Keep it going. Another client, $11,000 in a month. Another client, $22K in a month. All right, so I have a course that I teach a lot of this sauce that I'm giving you guys right here. It goes in more depth. I only want to talk to you for a few minutes, but my course is called Never Go Broke Again, MBA. Methods on how to make sales online, and the methods that I've used to make 6 and 7 figures online. And I also have a private community too, and we call ourselves Playmakers. So we basically just drop plays weekly, talking about different ways to make money online. So keep it going. If you're interested in a gift, you could text this number, and it's going to give you a discount off of this course. So I got to text it to actually see what the discount off of the $997. The value that's in the course, I personally feel like it's $20,000, $30,000 worth of value inside of the course. That's 10 plus years of experience that I have in digital marketing. And what I've learned in my experience is only 2 ways to learn, is either from mentors or mistakes. Mistakes cost you money and time. Mentors going to cost you some money, but it's going to save you a lot of time. So you'll get all of my hours kind of packaged into a course. Keep it going. That's for the people who are DIYers, for the DIYers who want to do it themselves. But if you're not a DIYer and you're somebody who's like the who, not how. Anybody heard of this book? Oh, this the one. This him. It's him. So this book is exactly what it says. It's who, the formula to achieve bigger goals, not through accelerating teamwork, how. So what this basically telling you in this book is don't focus on knowing everything. It's focus on who you know who knows something. Like if you can get access to somebody who has, like for me, being here with Daniel, like I have a friend of mine who does trading also. But once I heard 20 years of experience, I was like, I'd rather learn from somebody with 20 years of experience versus somebody who started during the pandemic, you know? So yeah, this book is a really good book. It just really helps you tap into your contacts, your contact list, and you can turn your contacts into contracts. Start labeling people properly of what they do and how they do it and how they can provide value. All right, keep it going. All right, so done for you service, typically what I would charge for somebody for done for you, doing all of these things, somebody coming to my agency, is $15,000. It's $15,000 to build out your coaching program from front to back. And it's well worth it. You know, you charge $1,000 for a course, you sell it to 15 people, you make your $15,000 back. Even if it takes you a year, it's still worth the investment. And now you have a digital product or an asset that you can sell forever. The marketing term for that is it's evergreened. So meaning you can sell it forever. I have a friend of mine who dropped a trucking course in 2019, 2020. He hasn't changed the trucking course since 2019, 2020. He's made over $15 million selling the same course since 2019, 2020. So all you gotta do it is one time, all right? That's the normal price. I don't even know showing what my discount price is, but if somebody wanted all this stuff built, I would do it for $5K off, so it'd be at $10K. I literally built out everything front to back, from email templates, copywriting, ebook design, landing page, sales funnel, all that. All right, keep it going. If you're interested in that, text this number, same number, text the word invest. We do offer payment plans, so you don't have to pay it up front, you know. That's pretty cool. Yeah, and we'll send you an application, get to understand more about your business, actually qualifying questions, understand what you got going on, and help you extract that knowledge and monetize it. All right, keep it going, isn't it? All right, I already gave y'all my free gift. That's in the text. All right, and also this is some other things that's in the course. So a really strategic way to make money online is with influencers. Anybody ever paid an influencer to post anything before? You're an influencer. So you leveraging your relationships. Next level is paying though. It's the next level. It's always another level. It's always another level. So I'm a firm believer in leveraging whichever one you can. You know, if you have good relationships and you're a dope person and people are like, yo, I'm willing to just post for you, cool. But if you have a little bit of capital, I would say leverage OPM, which is others people's money. I would say invest your own capital. If you can get a credit card that has like 0% interest for 12 months or something like that, you can literally fund your business for 12 months and you can really do what I did. I strategically got a card for had 8 months of like no interest, and then after that, I got another card that had another 12 months, and I was just bouncing my money around until I was able to set myself up in the right way. So what I'm giving you here inside of my course also is a strategy on how to reach out to brand ambassadors and influencers and things what to say and how to get them to promote for you for damn near free. Yeah, right? So you still got to pay sometimes, but you got strategies on how to get it for cheap. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it works. I've seen a lot of success with influencer marketing. Also, I'm not a credit guy as far as like telling you how to do it or fix it, but I do have a dispute flow that I purchased from someone else. And I'm confident, well, not confident, I was saying the person that I purchased it from was super credible, and they've gotten a ton of results. So I now have that available where it's a step-by-step funnel on what to do for yourself if you needed to get your credit in order, to get into that OPM thing that I just talked about. That's, to me, is the easiest way to fund your business is just leveraging credit. That's how I did it. All right, cool, keep it going. And then also inside of my course, I teach you guys how to run ads, how to be popping up on people's timeline, and yeah, keep it going. All right, and also the extra bonus values that that you get inside of my course. I'm not charging for any of this, but this is also just extra stuff. You get a copy and paste brand ambassador flow that teaches you how to engage and negotiate with influencers. It teaches you how to say, what to say, how to say it, and how to find them. It also gives you 10 rules for Facebook ad success. I'm basically giving you my 10 principles on what I do when I'm running Facebook ads. I also have a business credit course step by step on how to build your business credit so you can leverage your business credit to build your business. And then also my copy and paste content creation templates. And that's for the first 25 people that opt in. So it's basically copy and paste methods of how to create content, what to say, and how to say it. All right, cool. Keep it going. I think we're getting towards the end. And here's some truth bombs, right? So typically when people see prices, and I do the same thing. We say healthy grocery shopping, $100 is too expensive. Dinner date is reasonable. I just spent that last night. But monthly supplements, getting healthy, $100 is like, I can't afford that. Night out drinking, $100. Did that last night. Starting a business, typically $1,500 at minimum, and we're lucky to be able to do that in 2022, 2023, $1,500. I think our parents used to have to have like 30, 40K, 50K to start a business, and you can do it for less than 2K now. iPhone, $1,500, it's definitely necessary. Personal growth seminar. A lot of us won't pay $1,000 to go get some personal growth, to get mentorship, right? Because we're talking about investing, but I personally believe the best investment you can make in is ticker sign YRSELF. Anybody get that? Yeah, let's get it. All right, cool. So 60 minutes at the gym. I wish I had more time. And then 60 minutes watching Netflix, time flies, and watch another movie. So yeah, so it's all about priorities, man. The life decisions that you make is gonna be where you're gonna be at in 5 years. I just had that conversation with somebody else. I was like, man, like the older I get, more I realize my success or my failure is just all dependent on me. Like whatever I do, what actions I'm taking, am I working, am I getting up, am I doing what I'm supposed to do, and nobody's gonna come and save me, right? So I'm the chosen one in my family. I know if y'all here, y'all must be the chosen ones too. You know what I'm saying? Y'all in here doing y'all thing. All right, cool. Keep it going. All right, cool. So I answer any questions, and we'll call this to conclude this, and then we'll let D come up. Is there any questions? Anybody got any questions? Strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So to elaborate on that is whenever you're doing something business-wise, especially you have business partners, write down what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, the opportunities that you have to grow, and the threats against you, like potential competitors or maybe just some bad habits that you may have. So you do that whenever you're trying to start a business, or really probably in life, right?
The DI, I found to do it for me.
Mm-hmm.
What's the turnaround time?
Course development, it could be up to 30 days, about a month. Everything done, yep. Mm-hmm. Get everything done for you. Yeah, so personal social media is Coolest Nerd Ever with a K. Coolest Nerd Ever. When you guys follow me, if you follow me, it's a lot of fake pages, so be aware of that. I need to get my blue check. But Coolest Nerd Ever with a K. So if you follow it, it is going to be fake pages that are going to DM you and try to sell you something. Ignore the fake pages. My business Instagram is Digital Brands with a Z. So you guys can check out the business page too. Yeah, so any other questions? Cool, cool, cool. Website specials. Yeah, website specials. Whoever in this room, my minimum website is typically $3K as far as like an e-commerce website. I charge $3,000 for a site. Anybody in here who wanted a site, I'll say half off. I do $1,500. E-commerce website. So that's basically fully branded design. Back-end wise, I'll set up some emails, SMS to get your funnel going. So like a mini funnel, because you're gonna need that. Again, doesn't matter how good your website or your product is if you're not nurturing your people. And I don't wanna just sell you something and you just like, you're not making no bread. All right, so I think we good. Cool.
All right, guys. Who can benefit off his services? Raise your hand. All right. I recommend go and talk to him, and even if you had some sort of small project, anything that you need, that's the man right there. So, any questions at all? Last minute questions for him? Anything whatsoever? Are we good? Good? Okay, cool. All right, so I'm going to introduce you to Mr. Gamble. Mr. Gamble has over 21 years worth of trading experience. He has built ETFs for Wall Street, algorithms. He's the man of the hour. He's ready to rock and roll. And I'd say give it up for Mr. Gamble.
How y'all doing? I take it everybody come in here because their portfolio got hit last year? Nah, I'm just joking. But I'm Daniel Gamble. I've been trading for over 21 years, built portfolios of registered investment advisors up to several $billion, set up and ran institutional options trade desks. I've also been a trading coach in a hedge fund, as well as built trading algorithms that actually manage ETFs on Wall Street today. And I teach people how to trade. I love trading. I love what I do. Trading is a passion of mine, and I love teaching people how to trade. And when I say teaching people how to trade, I mean teach people how to trade at the highest level. Because if you're not trading at the highest level, guess what? When all that money you start losing in the markets, it goes to the smart money, right into smart money pockets. So what you don't want to do is find yourself approaching these markets, I would say half-assed, because this is a serious business. Even though the general public and anyone that's 18 years old with a verified bank account or with a smartphone can start trading stocks or options on Wall Street. My thing is, we need to approach this from a professional perspective. We are here at the Atlanta Financial Center, where there's nothing but attorneys and traders in this building. And they're not paying for it just by their looks. You have to be making money. When I go in to help people or some of these institutions, I come in to help raise the bottom line. Trading is a sport, so you have to approach it as such. Because if you're trying to make money, you need to take this serious. Because at the end of the day, it's smart money takes dumb money, and if you're not on the smart money side, you're on the dumb money side. What I'm gonna do is make it real simple for you. I'm gonna show you a simple concept just on a whiteboard here. It's not gonna be anything fancy or anything like that, but if you have any experience or no experience, it's gonna help you recognize what side of the markets you need to be on. And when I say what side of the markets you need to be on, I'm referring to the two sides. There's two sides of Wall Street. We have the buy side, we have the sell side. Everybody in here should know that over the past year, guess what side we've been on? The sell side. And when you're on the sell side, guess what? We can make money on the sell side too. But you only have to understand and know how to actually move in these markets and recognize these market conditions and change with market conditions. Prior to that, we have been in the buy side on Wall Street since 2009. Since 2009, all you had to do was buy, sit back, and get paid. So the people that you always hear with the term buy the dip, that was a no-brainer. If you was buying a dip in 2022 or toward the end of 2021, I don't have to tell you what happened. All your major stocks, your Nvidias, your Apples, your Teslas, your Amazons, they let you down. But I'm gonna show you how to get back. I'm gonna show you how to get back to the point where you can simply look at a chart within a few seconds and recognize should you be buying, selling, or not messing with it at all. How that sound? Does everybody want to know exactly what they're looking at, where to buy, and where to sell to take their profits? Because the goal is to make money, right? The goal is not to fall in love with a stock or marry a stock. Now, if you've been in your grandparents or your great-grandparents, then has actually hand you down stocks, a GM, or Ford, or something like that, those aren't the stocks I'm talking about you need to get rid of. I'm talking about those that you've been hanging on to and you have been forced to become a long-term investor. A lot of people always ask me, am I a long-term investor? I'm going to say this right now. I am a trader. My only concern is making money. That's it. If we're not making money, we're not doing it. I'm not going to waste my time and sit in a stock wishing and hoping for me to make my money back. That's not what we're doing. I have bills to pay, and I got beaches around the world I need to go chill out on. So I'm not going to sit back and wait for the stock to finally turn around and I got bills to pay next month. So what I'm going to do is go through what we call our cycle analysis. Just a simple peak, valley, peak sequence. Wall Street has been around, and they introduced the rules of the game on Wall Street in 1792. 1792, they had this game. I'm saying this is simply because in order to know where you're going, you have to know where you've been. And in order to do something successfully, you have to have a foundation. And if you don't have that foundation, you may get away for a little while. You can build a house with no foundation, right? But how long will that house stand? Does this make sense? So when everybody's chasing the new flashy trading system on YouTube or social media, when you see something like that, the first thing you need to know, what is that built on? If it's not built on a solid foundation, guess what? Just like for those who coming to the markets in 2020 and they was making money, not knowing what was going on, not knowing that they was on the buy side, and they was constantly buying the dip, and they listened to their guru telling them to buy the dip. And they didn't know what side of the markets they was on. So when market conditions changed in late 2021, guess what they did? The same exact thing. I'm telling you this is because when I first started trading, I used to be that person. My system was to buy the dip. Buy the dip or buy any stock that IPO'd on its initial public offering on the first day of trading, anything that had a .com at the back of it. This was like the beginning and the birth of the internet age. So anything with .com at the back of it that IPO'd, it'll be up 30, 50, 100% in one day. Like how people was all over this crypto, buy this coin and it's shooting up. .com stocks was the crypto back then. I was buying, I was making money, money like crazy. Well, guess what? 2000 came around, 2001. I was still trying to buy the dip. Coming into 9/11, I was still buying the dip. So that should tell you how my journey ended. I got that when I got that call letting me know that I had to sell all my positions because I was on margin, over leveraged. I was young. I thought I knew what I was doing. This is too easy. I don't want to hear nothing. I got that call. My knees got weak. By the time I hung up the phone, I was on my knees because I hadn't lost every dime that I made. Well over 6 figures. You know how I lost it? the same way I made it. The same exact way I made it, following every principle and every rule to the T. But guess what I didn't have? The true foundation of how these markets work. So it don't matter if I stuck to the rules. It doesn't matter if I didn't violate anything. I didn't have that foundation to recognize when market conditions changed, and I had to change and adapt with it. So I lost it. But what I'm going to do is show you something right here. If you don't do anything else, but just follow what I'm about to show you right now, it's going to keep you on the right side of the markets. It's going to take all the guesswork out. And anytime anyone says that this a stock or some type of investment is what you need to be putting your money into, you will be able to pull up the chart, take a look at it, and make a decision in seconds. Because that's what it's all about. Consistently making money. It's like if you got a job and you're getting paid every Friday, and we sit down in front of that trade desk, we need to be getting paid. Point blank, period. If we're not getting paid, we're doing the wrong thing. So now, before I get into this, I need everybody to, everything that you may have learned, everything that you've been looking at on YouTube University, forget about it. Because what I'm about to show you is always going to be first. This is an environment where we trade and we train to do one thing: win. If we're not winning, you're in the wrong spot. If I walk on the trading floor and you're not following the rules that I'm showing you and that foundation, guess what? When you violate in a hedge fund environment, they said that's one of the harshest environments to live off of, to have a job in. Why? Because when you mess up, you hit the door. If you violate a rule, you're out of here. Why? Because they have fiduciary duties to their clients to protect their money at all times. And if I'm the one walking around checking on these trades and whatnot, and you violating, guess what? You can pack your ish just like that. No questions about it. You can get up out of here. If they playing the game that seriously, you need to be playing like that. Because they ain't playing no games. We're going to eat, and we're going to keep eating. And if the dumb money keeps continuing to flow in, we're going to eat even more. So the game has been opened up to the world. But you got to figure out what side you want to be on. We're going to go through these principles. If you violate, you fire. Simple as that. There's no gray areas. Either you're doing what you're supposed to do or you're not. Once you learn what I'm about to show you, either you're doing what you're supposed to do or you're not. And if you're not, you're in the wrong place. You need to go take another type of course. Because if you learn how to trade at Traders Club Worldwide, we do not simply operate on the retail side. If you say you learn from the Traders Club Worldwide, we are here in the Atlanta Financial Center. You're going to be running into and talking to financial advisors with billions of dollars up under their belt. And if you talking to them down there at the cafe and you talking about you learning from Traders Club Worldwide and you talking crazy, meaning that you talking a slang in which Wall Street don't know, this is a real profession. You can't take the name of something and make it and freestyle it and just give it something else. Because when you're talking to other professionals, it doesn't translate. Does this make sense? So when somebody say they made something up, run. The rules of the game has not changed. When did they create the rules of the game? 1792. So what is Timmy talking about on YouTube? I'm just saying, because we're just looking at the facts. Just like the foundation these buildings are being built on. They have to go through code. If code enforcement comes through and says it's not right, guess what? Stop all work, right? You can't even complete it. Same thing on Wall Street. That's how we're going to approach it. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to take a simple look at our peak, valley peak sequence. Remember, in 1792, things were simple, right? Being that things were simple, I don't know if y'all can see on that side. Y'all might have to swing around or something. So what I'm gonna do is make it simple for you. I don't know how many people took economics in here, but we're gonna start off with the simple bell curve. Here's the zero line. Anything above it is expansion. Anything below it is contraction. Here I'm gonna put B stands for bonds, stocks, and the C stands for commodities. This is our economic business cycle. When everybody's talking about we're going into recession, coming out of recession and stuff, you can look at that and see where you at. Like the speed limit. There's no guessing. Some people's barometer may be 5 miles over, 5 miles under, but we all going in the same direction. So, let's do this. Remember, everything above the zero line is expansion, anything below it is contraction. Right now, in the economy, we're right here. Hang on to your hats. Tighten up your seatbelt. Make sure you keep all your hands and feet inside the cart at all times. It's going to be a fast-moving ride. Tighten up your helmet. Put your mouthpiece on, because it's going to get a little shaky. But for everyone in this room, when it comes to the recession, you know how some people you see on social media, when they on that ride, and people be passing out. But then you got some people on the other side, hey. We're going to be in the hey crowd. And we're going to be trying to get back on them and ride it again. Y'all feel me? We don't want to get up there and not enjoy it. We know what's coming. We got on this ride. When we open up that account, when you open up that account, you getting on that ride. Either you're going to be passing out, or you're going to be on the, hey, let's go again. All right, here we go. Here we have our valley, peak, valley. This is a sequence. When you have valley plus peak plus valley, that equals one complete cycle. You need to write that down. We need to make sure everybody write that down. Because if you mess that up, guess what? You fired. You don't get no second chance. You got to have that one hitter quitter. Because we come here to make some money. We ain't trying to come in here and get in a position or a trade and not knowing what we're doing. We come in here to get paid. And if we're not getting paid, we're not doing nothing. All right. Valley plus peak plus valley equals what? One complete cycle. We all on one team. We only got one mission with the same dream, and it's to get this cream. I don't know how old y'all is in here, but cream stands for cash rules everything around me. That's what that means. So when I say cream, that's what that means. Cash rules everything around me. Period. Now, valley plus peak plus valley equals what? One complete cycle. We need to know where we at all times. We're not going to be guessing. So in order to know where we at all times, I know where I'm at. I can identify this valley. I can identify this peak. Once you have valley plus peak plus valley equals what? One complete cycle. That's one cycle. At the end of that cycle, at the start of the second cycle. So automatically I know we just completed our first cycle, going into at the beginning of the second cycle from the valley. If we're here, we know the markets are moving up, but it's below the zero line, right? Once they get up here, bonds, stocks, commodities, we in a phase of expansion. Or what they'll say, recovery in the markets. And we'll keep rolling. And at this point up here at these highs right here, this is what I'm going to talk about. We need to start trying to cut the interest rates. Raise the interest rates because of inflation. Too many dollars chasing too many lesser goods. So here we go. We know that we're up here at the what? Peak. We're up here toward the peak. Valley plus peak plus valley equals what? One complete cycle. Valley plus peak plus valley equals one complete cycle. Just like the 4 seasons, you cannot jump from summer to summer. You're going to have to go through all the 4 seasons in order for it to come back around, right? This is the same thing. You do not jump from valley to valley. You do not jump from peak to peak. If you're at a peak, what follows a peak? A valley. If you're at a valley, what follows a valley? Okay, now, after each valley, price should increase. After each peak, price should decrease. Now you should automatically know, with no hesitation, what the market's about to do. If you see you coming off a peak, you know what the market's about to do what? Go down in price. If you see the markets make a valley, you know what the market's about to do. Go up in price. Now, we just come off the peak, right? And when you at this peak, guess where you at? You halfway through your cycle. Because what makes up a full cycle? Valley plus peak plus valley equals one complete cycle. And if you're at that peak, you're halfway through a complete cycle. So price is going to continue to go down until you get that valley. Now, if price is right here, I want you to notice this. I drew this line up here because this is what? The halfway point, right? That way we have the left side and the right side. We're going to make this simple. On the left side, is the buy side. Make sure you understand what I'm saying. The left side is the buy side. The right side is the sell side. We've been on the left side since 2009. Guess when we made the peak? November 2021. We just got on the right side. And the right side is the sell side, meaning sell to take profits and get out the way, or short sell. Short sell allows you to make money in the markets as price go down or the markets go down. So if a stock, Tesla, what Tesla at? 4 what? 4 something? At its peak? Y'all know what Tesla at right now? Well, some of y'all know, but y'all been riding. Y'all been investing in Tesla. Hopefully you have been investing in Tesla. I love Tesla. I love it. But what I want to show you is Tesla has been on the right side since November. Meaning the only way you need to be investing long term is shorting it. Short selling allows you to make money when the markets are going down. If Tesla was at $300 and it's at $100 now, you lost what? That equals what? That's 200, right? Times the number of shares you got. So, y'all balling, y'all got 1,000 shares. Y'all ate good last year. And still eating. Or even 100 shares, you're still eating good. So, the difference in between what the markets lose, you make that money. So, it don't matter what the markets are doing. We don't discriminate against the dollars because they all green. It don't matter if we making it when the market's going up or going down. As long as the money coming in, that's what we doing. No hesitation. Now, on this side, we only short selling or we selling and taking our profits. Now, valley plus peak plus valley, 1 complete cycle. Valley plus peak plus valley, 2 complete cycles, the beginning of 3. With this, you should always be able to identify where you are in the markets at all times. Y'all should know that from this. No guessing. Now, this is more of a macro view. You have macro and micro. Macro being large. This is how it's going to look. This is your diagram. This is your blueprint. This is what you sleep with up under your pillow. And make sure you don't forget it. This is what you have in your phone. Because anytime you do anything in the markets, this is what you're supposed to refer to. Now, let's step it up a notch and take it towards the real world. Because they say the markets be all over the place, right? Don't nobody know which way the market's going, right? That's what they say. But tell that to the men that created it, because this is man-made. So let's not forget that. Because typically, this is what your cycle gonna look like. But we ain't gonna get lost in the sauce, because we're gonna keep that bell curve intact. We're gonna keep them cycles intact. This is the macro curve. This is the micro. Can y'all see over there? Okay. Here, what are we identifying? Peaks and valleys, right? Valley plus peak plus valley. 1 complete cycle. If I ask you, where we at in the markets, you should be able to tell me we on what side? The left side, right? And if we're right here, we just come off a micro valley, right? If we come off a micro valley, what is price going to do? Go up. Valley plus peak plus valley. Now, when they were telling y'all online how to buy the dip, they forgot this. They forgot to tell you this right here. This is sauce. Because when you buying it, you want to buy the dip, you got to know when to buy the dip. Because if we wanted to make money, do we buy the dip do we buy at the peak? That would be crazy, right? I haven't been up here 30 minutes. We know that's crazy. But if we at $300 and nine's down $3 a day, is it on sale? No, it's not on sale. It just come off a peak. And we waiting for, if I'm just logic, we're going to only buy in the valley. I think y'all might have missed that right there. Because this is going to keep you paid right here. If you're on the left side of the bell curve from a macro perspective, and you want to you want to know what to buy, guess what you buy? In the valley of the macro. In the valley of the micro. You identify valley, peak, valley. You coming off that valley, markets are running up. You sit back and wait. You identify that peak, price going down. You sit back and wait. Once you get that valley, coming out of that valley, you buy. And you buy. And you buy. And you buy. Now, you don't simply just buy blindly. You only buy once you get confirmation. And the confirmation is given to you when you have 2 confirmed cycles to the upside. Meaning, the first consecutive cycles, valley plus peak plus valley to the upside, that's 1. Valley plus peak plus valley, that's 2. You got 2 confirmed cycles. Pointing up, that is confirmation in the markets. And once you get that confirmation, and only when you get that confirmation, I don't care if a spaceship come land in Piedmont Park the size of the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and 3 bubblehead aliens, 15 feet tall, green, come off and the whole world's watching, and they ask for me by name and social security number. And I get down there, they on a little, when they open the door, the thing come out like this, and all they at the edge of it. And I meet them down at the edge. And they say, buy Tesla in the morning. Y'all will see me escort them back on their ship and say, let me see what y'all charts and what y'all talking about. If they can't show me this, and the whole world waiting on me to figure out what they said, I'm gonna let you know they ain't talking about nothing. You know why? Because they ain't following this blueprint. If you doing any buying, first, when I pull up the chart, and the chart that they show me, it's on the right side. We ain't got nothing else to talk about. If anybody tell you to buy something, and it's on the right side of the bell curve, and you have 2 confirmed cycles to the downside, 1, 2, from this point on, you should be looking to make money on the short sale side. But you shorten at each peak. It's reversed than the left side. Because once you get that 2 confirmations to the upside, only when you get this second confirmation, only, you buy, you buy, you buy, you buy. When that second one hit, You eliminate everything, it resets. You close out your position, go on vacation or whatever you're trying to do, whatever you like to do with your money. I like the beach. Y'all follow me on Instagram, y'all know I like the beach. My thing is to go and see all the most beautiful beaches on the planet. So you know where I'm gonna be at when this happens. Going to the beach with somebody's money. All right, now you got confirmation 1, cycle to the downside, cycle 2 to the downside. You should not be thinking about doing anything in the markets. Can I get the S&P 500 up here? We're gonna put this to the test. Because I don't just like theory. Theory ain't printing no money. Let me get y'all might have to slide around here on this side a little bit. We're gonna look at the S&P 500 weekly. And as soon as we pull this chart up, you should be able to see what side of the bell curve we on. Left side or right side. All right. Now, I know this may seem simple, but the markets are simple. The markets are built off a simple concept. Just like when the Wright brothers was the first to take flight. If you get away from the wings and that foundation that they have, you may fly, you may take off, but you're not going to fly long. Just like the principles of Henry Ford when he built the Model T. If you get away from the core principles of that, if Tesla got away from those core principles today, it will not be considered an automobile. Does this make sense? So that's why we always got to stick with this. This is what's going to keep you out of the poorhouse. This is going to keep you out of the position where you listening to somebody else about the markets and you're not able to determine what's going on. All right, here we go. Can we take this off? Just real quick. What? Okay. All right. Out of the gate, y'all should be able to see what side of the bell curve we was on. Just real quick right here. What does it look like? Left side, right? And all you have to do is buy in the valley, right? Just look. Buy, get paid. 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 That's not hard. Now let me show you this. Let's go back over here. Let me move this out of the way. Let's go back over here. What side of the bell curve we on? Left side, right? Now, in order to know where to buy, we have to have what? 2 confirmed cycles to the upside, right? So if we look, let's just start here. Valley plus peak plus valley, cycle going up, right? Valley plus peak plus valley, cycle going up. You got to have 2 consecutive cycles to the downside in order to be on the sell side, in order to make money when the markets go down. That make sense? Now, that cycle up, valley plus peak plus valley, cycle up, right? Valley, peak, From this valley to that valley, that's one cycle going down, right? How many cycles do you need for confirmation? Two. Valley plus peak plus valley, cycle going back up. If you have one cycle to the downside without the second confirmation, that's just an opportunity to buy at truly a discount. That's when you got a discount. Because if the market's going to give you that second confirmation to the downside, the markets are going to get back in pattern and do what? Continue to cycle to the upside and keep going until when? It give you two confirmed cycles to the downside. Just that simple. Now look, this was an opportunity, and I'm going to tell you when this opportunity was given to you. This was a pandemic. This was 2020. Only one cycle to the downside. But at that time, they was giving money away. People had extra money. People sitting at home, they trying to figure out what they want to do. So this was the birth of the gurus. We'll show you how to make some money. Nieces, nephews, everybody trying to tell you how to make money. Bitcoin, crypto, everything, right? What side of the crypto market on? We ain't even got to look at that chart. Y'all already know what side it's on. Right side. All right. Now look, just buy each valley, right? But once you got up here, cycle 1, cycle 2, right here, from this point on, at this point, you should never do anything on this side. Because at this point, moving down, all the cycles, valley plus peak plus valley, down. Valley plus peak plus valley, down. Valley plus peak plus valley, down. Javier. Okay. Was it the what? No, it was a weekly chart. That was a weekly chart. But y'all see how clear that is? Makes sense, right? So with that being said, you're going to, in the next few weeks, you may have people saying, oh, there's a great opportunity to invest in the markets. But according to the blueprint, that ain't it, Chief. It sounds good. Now, by the time y'all come up out of here, I'm going to save y'all some headache. Don't go and try to tell people what to buy and not to buy. Because people are going to think you are basically challenging their intellect. Now, what I always say is, that's interesting. Just leave it like that. Because in order for them to see what you see, they're going to have to take this path. They don't have to sit right here. We're not in a business of trying to be an analyst to somebody or trying to prove to someone that what you do make money. We're just going to get our money and keep it moving. So don't get in no arguments just because somebody or such and such said it's a good time to buy such and such stock or crypto. Like I told you, they can fly down here in a spaceship talking about buying something. If the markets aren't set up like structurally, we ain't messing with it. Clearly, looking at this chart, y'all see what side of the bell curve we on, right? So now, if we're going to cycle all the way out, you better put your seatbelt on. This is my third recession. 1, 2, 3. 3. And recessions don't come around that often. The first recession, I was a victim. I was donating heavy. I was the first one in line. The second recession, I was waiting on it like Christmas. Oh, man. I ain't got to tell you about this one. We was batting the hatches down. Y'all follow me on Instagram. Y'all know we've been short since up here at the top. We call it a toe tag. We got in on the ride, not on the bottom. We got in on the ride at the top. And we have been riding this down, enjoying this move down. Now, I'm going to tell you a beautiful thing about being on the right side of the bell curve. Being on the right side of the bell curve, you make money 3 to 5 times as fast than the left side. Why? Because fear and panic. We haven't hit that stage of panic yet. And y'all gonna know it when we hit it. Everybody gonna be screaming bloody murder. Right now, everybody just feel like everybody in this room heard and the whole world know, oh, we going into a recession, right? What I'm telling you is we listen to everybody and follow nobody. Because when you lose that money, guess what? You're going to have to deal with yourself. Listen, y'all don't want to be like I was. I can laugh and stuff about it. Now, I lost so much money, man, like, I couldn't even, when I used to get up in the morning, I didn't even brush my teeth in the bathroom because I didn't want to look at myself in the mirror. That's how much money I would lose. You do not want to even go through that. I'm talking about losing people's salary in a week. I'm talking about whole year. In 1 week, gone, poof. Wall Street is a different type of beast. You got Main Street money and you got Wall Street money. So what $100 on Wall Street is like $1,000 is like $100 on Wall Street. That's how far the gap is. But what I want everybody in here to do is focus on this concept that I just showed you. Don't focus on the money. Focus on the process. Focus on the full concept and how price evolves. Make sure you have a finger on the pulse of where you are. Right here. We see the markets that made its way down. Macro, we on the right side of the bell curve, right? Micro, look where we at. The market's just right here on the micro, it just made a valley getting ready to move up. So you may go into next week and the market's up. But you got to take a step back and understand where you at. That's just going to give us an opportunity to make money as this market continue to move down. Listen to everybody, but follow nobody. Let me get Tesla up here. Oh, how we love Tesla. How many people here follow me on IG? The Sniper Investor. Make sure it's the Sniper Investor. No dot, no, that. Just make sure it's Sniper Investor, because I got like 10 fake pages, and if somebody been DMing y'all from a Sniper Investor, I do not be in nobody DMs. I don't even control my Instagram. So I'm not sending nobody no messages. I know we ain't sending nobody no messages. It's called the Sniper Investor. No O at the end, no double R, none of that. Just a Sniper Investor. All right? I put Tesla up here because you follow me on Instagram. Y'all know we've been killing Tesla. All right? Do I have to say it? What side of the bell curve Tesla on? Why would you buy this? I don't care how much money Elon Musk got. I don't care how smart he is. We come here to get this money, right? Oh, you don't want to come here and get some money? Oh, I thought everybody here come to get some money. Ain't nobody said nothing. We come here to get this check, man. That's why I come to Wall Street. I don't know about y'all. We come to get this money, period. We clearly on the right side of the bell curve, no valley in sight, right? Why would you buy that? Amazon, let me get Amazon real quick. We can look at a few of these, take a few questions. I'm going to take a tour of Traders Club. This is Amazon. They still dropping them packages off at your door line. You might got that alert, might got something out there. But that ain't nothing to buy. Y'all see that, right? Y'all see how fast that is? No analysis, none of that. So anytime a guru or anybody say anything about any type of security, y'all can take a look at it and let them know, man, you full of it, man. Y'all gonna get somebody killed out here. All right. What else? Y'all want to take a look at some? Anybody want to take a look at some stocks? Google? Let's look at Google. All right. G-O-O-G, right there, L. What side of the bell curve Google on? Don't be listening to these people out here. I'm telling you now. They getting crushed. Berkshire Hathaway. Oh, yeah, that's what we like. Let me get Berkshire Hathaway. Y'all know, if y'all don't know who that is, that's Warren Buffett. We're going to follow Warren Buffett. Let's see what we got. That's Antonio stock. What's Berkshire Hathaway stock symbol? But that's a trader right there. You know, he just called them joints. I know who trade what now. What side bell curve we on? Hold on, I heard somebody say left and right. Left side. It's trying to make a move. It's doing like the major market because you got one cycle to the upside, right? They still getting pressed. They doing a whole lot better than everybody else. What else? Intel. Oh, yeah. Let's get Intel up there. IN. INTC. The second one. What side of the bell curve Intel on? Y'all want to buy no Intel? Now, I'm going to tell y'all this right now. Now listen. Listen. I don't turn nothing down with my collar when it comes to getting this money. If you into giving money away, throwing money in stocks like this, I'm going to pass. Y'all give me a hat or something. Y'all can donate that. At least if y'all give it to me, you know who it's going. And you can watch me on IG traveling with it. Because that's what I'm going to do. Like, what are we doing right here? Even on the micro, what are we doing? What side of the bell curve we on? We ain't doing nothing. What else? Who else? Apple? I love Apple. I love apples. Let's get Apple up there. We love apples. We love apples in the trade room. And Apple just getting started. Y'all see that? Listen, keep your hands and feet inside the carts at all times. Tighten up your chin strap. Put your mouthpiece in, because we going for a ride. TSM? Uh-oh. TSM. Well, sound like everybody checking on their portfolio. Ooh. What side bell curve we on? Hold on, somebody said left. Nah, we on the right. You won't go to the left until you get 2 confirmed cycles up. This clearly on the right side. We can't find nothing. Bitcoin, got to put BTC in there for me. Bitcoin. Right there. What side of the bell curve? Hold on, man. This thing supposed to be going to 200,000. Or a million or something like that, right? I'm just saying. Huh? Dogecoin? Let's see Dogecoin. Oh, that's supposed to be going to $20. What side of the bell curve we on, y'all? And look, it just come off a peak and made another cycle to the downside on the micro. Somebody lying, they just talking, I'm talking about this. Oh, what matter of fact, I thought I seen Elon Musk online about a week ago, talking about Dogecoin. Yep. They better stop it. What else? T-Mobile. What's that symbol? TMUS? Uh-oh. What side T-Mobile on? Left side? Cycles, look at them cycles. You only had one down. Everything else moving. T-Mobile getting that check. The Dow? Let's get the Dow Jones up here. Yeah, this weekly. Like when you're doing this, you want to be on a higher time frame. On a macro. No. Go to Dow Jones Futures. Right there. The second one, YM right there. The first one. What side bell curve we on? Still on the right. We pushing though. They trying. I'm talking about they had a nice little rally up. Yeah, we can do this all day. But one thing I want y'all to see is that you can comfortably now take this and see what the markets are doing without any guesswork. That was my whole goal. Put you in a position of power. Put you in a position where you can take control without any guesswork. If you follow these principles and stick to this, regardless of any other thing that you've been looking at over time, we haven't looked at no indicators or none of that stuff. All this stuff y'all see right here, all these little indicators, stochastics, K&D, moving averages, Bollinger Bands, Clyde, all that stuff. I can do all that stuff by hand. I needed me a piece of paper, some colored pencils, and a ruler. I can do this from scratch. Before we get up out of here, I'm gonna show y'all some of them charts. I hope everybody came out and got some value. Now I take it that since we done went through this, I shouldn't find y'all in the dumb money line, because We are approaching in the midst of this recession. And this is one of the greatest opportunities that you can be in at this moment, especially with this information. We make money 3 to 5 times as fast to the downside. I had a record-breaking year in 2022. And the recession ain't kicked in good. So what I'm telling you is, if you approach these markets following these concepts and investing at the right time, you can find yourself in a position where one trade can change your life. Just one trade. One trade can change your whole life. If you study some of the greatest traders that ever lived, all it took was one. If you position in that one trade on the right side, you won't have to do nothing else but what you want to do for the rest of your life. Everybody else's goals are different. But don't let this opportunity pass you by. Because the last recession we was in was way back in 2007, 2008. You want to wait that long for another recession? No, we need to get this money now. We ain't going to talk about no if, shoulda, coulda, woulda. We need to get to this bag now. We're going to make sure the kids good, but I need to get some bag. I need to get this bag now. It's good to, put some stuff up for the kids. But we living right now. We need to get it to the point that we can use it now. Not later. I'm talking about now. And still put something up for the kids. Because the recession gonna put you in a position to do so. When we get that confirmed cycle to the upside on that longer term time frame, and we coming out of that recession, we going balls to the wall. That's when we buying all this stuff up for the kids. We're going to pack it in. We're going to be trying to get help to close the door. And sit back and let it rip. You wake up in the morning, every morning, the market's up, you know you got a check coming. When you position right in these markets, you can be making thousands of dollars every day. I'm talking about not doing nothing. You start coming up here to the Traders Club, on the trading floor, you will see this every day. We have a trading floor right across there. Everybody see them white computers over there? That's our trading floor over there. This is what we do. We don't trade. How do you say, what they be saying? Oh, we trade. Everything that I have, socks, drawers, mama house, food, come from trading. You know what my second business is? Trading. Trading. That's it. Now, I teach some classes. If somebody want to learn, because I really have a team. I like to make money with everybody, so we can take trips. Y'all follow me on IG. Y'all see what we do. We take trade and travel trips. We like to tear their head off the first, like when the end of this first quarter. This is the end of the first quarter right here. Coming to the end of this first quarter, we're gonna be somewhere. Got a lot of people want to go to Egypt. I got to go. I like Egypt. I don't mind going back there. People talking about Japan. We're going to get it figured out because we're going to get this money. Thailand. While we down there, we might as well hit it up. If we go that far, we might have to go for about a month and just stay down there because it takes so long to get over there. Because I don't believe We do trips, they gotta be 10 days. We ain't doing no 3, 4, 5 days. You can't do that. You gotta get your trading game up, man, cause this how we gonna live. But I'm gonna get ready to wrap this up. I'm gonna give y'all a tour of Traders Club. On the trading floor over there, I have some handmade charts and stuff that we do. We do show students and stuff how to do that. I'm glad y'all was able to come out here in the office and those online. And I definitely would like to see y'all in the winner's circle, because that's what it's all about. Packing this place out with successful traders. Because I like to talk trash, especially about my students. Because we like to win. I want to put my students up against some gurus. That's what I be talking about.
So when you say we make 3 to 5 times faster, well, 3 to 5 times more money fast on the right side, is it because we're holding all of the purchases that we did from the left side?
No. If you're not, because you got to get out. Like, we need to lock this in. We're not going to give that back. Now, we ain't in the business of giving the money, taking the money, and donate it back. In order for you to make money, you got to take the money. You got to take the money off the table, close that trade out, reposition, and short sell. Now, if you still holding on the right side after when it came off the left side, you're in the dumb money class. Because at this point, especially, it depends on where you got in at, and this is where a lot of people get stuck into a long-term investment. And people's, like, just think about it. How many people you know whose portfolio, 401k or IRA down 40, 50% last year? That's because they continued to hold a position after the market conditions changed. You done made the money. They done gave you the money. Now you just want to sit there and look at it in your account, and then you keep wishing and hoping as the markets continue to move down that it's going to go back to where it was. That's dumb money. You take the money off the table when it's time. You take the money. Now, once we get on this side, we reposition and we short sell. And as the markets continue to move down, they move down 3 to 5 times as fast. Right now, when we at in this curve, we just coming across the top. We really haven't got down in it. Can you tighten this chart up and go back to like 2008? Like, you see how that move down was just vertical? That's what it's going to look like. Keep going back a little more. Yeah, over there. Now open all that up. Zoom in on that. Yeah, open it up. This is what a recession looks like. This is like where we at right now. This is why I tell you when I'm telling, I know it sound like I'm joking when I say keep your hands and feet inside the cart. I'm dead serious though. Because it's going to get ugly fast. And that money going to be coming like that. Boom. We call them cash grenades. You're going to go in there and check your P&L, that bell ring. Ding, 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 ding. Y'all follow me on Instagram. Some of y'all to see how you made like 10,000, like 20 seconds, 10 seconds. Boom. That's what that come from. If you position right on the right side, that money's going to be coming. If you made money last year in 2020 and you thought it was sweet, oh, it's going to get sweeter. It's going to be like 3 times better. Just multiply it, because it's coming. I'm not telling you this to scare you. I'm telling you this so that you can be aware, so you can get this bag. That's if you're trying to get to it. Now, what I went over right here, this is something simple. I like to do this because it's real easy to do. You can go out of here, leave out of here, and put it to work now and make some money or protect some money. So do make sure you have all that written down. You can go back home, look at some charts and stuff, determine and look at your portfolios and whatnot. Like I said, we're going to take a quick tour real quick. You ready, Javier? Anybody got any questions though before we start walking? Into the market's turn? That's a good question.
I'm into the mic.
How long do you usually hold a trade for?
Okay. How long do I usually hold trades? I hold trades as long as the markets say continue to hold them. Meaning, based on the information that you learned today, as long as the markets are cycling up and hasn't cycled twice to the downside, I'm going to hold it. You can be in a position for a couple of months, a year, or it might just be a day, 2 days. And then it kind of depends on it, what time frame you trade on. Because I'm a trader. I got positions that I've been in long term since last year, making money as the markets go down. So I guess you would say that's a long-term investment. And I'm going to keep holding them until the markets bottom out. In this environment that we in right now, we on the right side. I'm looking to make money when the stock market's going down. And once you done got in a position real good and you playing with other people's money, because we done been took our money off the table. So like when the market's way up here and you get short and you taking money out and you just holding on, you can just hold on. That's what we call putting runners in the markets. Because we take profits like 3 different times, take our initial investment back, and the other 2 times we take it, they're just all profit, and everything else, we just letting it run. So you only get out when the markets say get out. You only get in when the markets say get in. You would never just get in and buy. Like here, you got cycle. Can you open this up a little bit more? Right toward 2009. The other way, yeah. Keep going. Keep going. All right, right there. This is a weekly chart. You got valley, peak, valley 1, valley, peak, valley 2. Right here at the end of 2009 in April, you got 2 confirmed cycles to the upside. And now just slide all the way over. No, the other way. You see that? It just kept going to 2021. You know, that was 2020. But that wasn't we already went over that. That wasn't no confirmed cycle. It was just cashing out. You just wake up in the money.
All right, so just to reiterate to make sure, so when you say hold on after you do your short sales, that's what you mean by repositioning, doing your short sales and then holding on until it comes back up to purchase again?
Yeah, once, like back here in 2008, I showed you when it started going up, and it was going down since like 2007. Because these bear markets usually last like 3 years. Right now, we've just been in this for 1 year. When the markets confirm 2 cycles to the upside, from coming off that right side, then you buy.
So right now we in the market to just sell and hold.
Just short sell and ride it down.
So the market's generally in a bear trend, and as bear trends go, there are small bear market rallies. You're not even thinking about buying into bear market rallies.
Never.
Just simply short.
Yes, because if you start, what he said is about bear market rallies. A bear market rally is when the markets are moving down and it hits a valley and it shoots up. and it'll move up strong like we had Friday off those reports. Had a strong move up. The strongest rallies and moves in the markets occur during bear markets. The strongest runs and rallies in market history happen during bear markets. So if you're really not paying attention and you turn around and watching the Dow and say, oh man, the Dow up 1,000 points today. Oh man, I should have bought such and such. Don't do it. Because if it's up 1,000 points a day, it'll be down 1,500 the next day. Or when it goes back down, it's going to go down 2 to 3 times as fast to the downside. So that just presents an opportunity to recognize that peak, to get short, and ride it down. Oh, I don't buy no shares. I trade everything. I take that back. I got some shares of Tesla and Apple. I got shares of Tesla and Apple. I got Tesla at over $300 short. And it's at $100 and some now. So I trade everything, stocks, futures, options, Forex, crypto. I'm a macroeconomics trader. So anywhere in the world where the opportunities presents itself at, because as you notice what I'm showing you here, you just can't wake up in the morning and say, oh, I'm just going to trade. But if the markets or the security that you're looking at isn't set up in that valley or coming off that peak, you can't take the trade. You're in violation. Does that make sense? You have to wait for the trade to set up. And you have to be patient. You might be in a position where you might not get it. You might be in where you can't get in the markets for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. You just have to wait for the proper setup. Macro trader is macroeconomics instead of micro, just here in the country, just based off the U.S. economics. So I'm talking about global.
I heard you say on the right side that you initially take what you invested in two more other investments, and then you'll hold the trade. Are you partially not any certain percentage, or is that just?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm scaling out of the position. So let's say I had 10 contracts. As I hit my first take profit level, I'll scale out like 3 contracts. And I hit my second take profit level, I sell another 3 contracts. And then once I hit that third one, I probably sell 1 contract and just let the other ones run. Those end up turning into long-term investments. See, that's what I do. I just let the market tell me where it's going to go. Like, you'll never really know how much money that you're going to make. You'll have an idea. You see what I'm saying? And I know a lot of people say, oh, just take 5%, 10%, X, Y, Z. If you've been watching, again, you've been following me on Instagram. If y'all follow me on Instagram and go to the what we call student success and P&L party, that's how you see us putting up 300%, 1,500%, 3,000%. That may sound crazy to some people, but that's what we do. By letting them profits run.
Do you still hold it that long in Forex versus trading?
Say it again?
Do you still hold it as long as you do with Forex?
Yeah. You can hold all of it the same. All that stuff the same. All this stuff I just showed y'all, this is for stocks, futures, Forex, crypto, anything they make up that trade, because it's all based on they putting it on the like when they came up with crypto. But they put crypto based on the same foundation in which was created when? Bam. So you can trade it. You might not know all the intricate details about it, but you know you got to get that money. This can go across the board. You got a question? Oh, yeah. Oh, ain't no question. Now that don't go out the window. I'm still managing the trade, stop loss and everything. I'm still following along with my trade plan. But once you get to the point where you have so much profit and you comfortably, we all talking about that, comfortably in profit, you're not really worried about it too much. Like Tesla, we so far in Tesla, it's just crazy. I would advise you to use TD Ameritrade. I like TD Ameritrade because if I'm working on to do some consultation for an institution, generally they have what they call TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim, but on the institution side they have Think Pipes. So it works the same way basically. It's slightly different. So I just like they stuff because I can transfer back and forth easily without the learning curve. But one thing I would say about this Forex and these Forex brokers, if you're going to deal with a broker and you trade Forex, I highly recommend that you use a U.S. broker. You may not be able to do 1,000-to-1 risk or margin, but you rather have that safety to understand that someone is gonna, if something goes wrong or they take your money and disappear and run off, you have somebody to track them down. Because you're dealing with these brokers overseas, they're unregulated. That's like, matter of fact, like one of the scammers that's using my profile and picture and stuff. They sending people to this brokerage, they sending people to this online offshore brokerage firm, sending it crypto, and they just taking it. I've been trading long enough to when all this stuff really started hitting the fan, like 20s, like I used to see it heavy. If you go on YouTube and Google it, like crypto, in Google Forex, brokerage firm scams, you'll see a lot of that stuff going on like 2015, 16. You'll be with a brokerage firm. You think you're making all this money. You put all this money in it, and you try to get your money back, they gone. A lot of people never got their money back. So that's what I'm saying. You got to be careful. You have to be dealing with brokerage firms that are based in the U.S. like Forex. I think it's Forex.com. It's a U.S.-based company. But again, you can use this on all platforms. Any more questions? No, Forex.com. All right. Well, we're going to take a quick trip. We're going to walk around here to the right. Any questions, just ask. We got my man Journey here. We got a few students in the room. My main man back there, see the day trader shirt on. Getting to it. I like, I've been doing this for a long time, but I like, for me, it's like show and prove. Like, it's students in here. Raise your hand, you're a student in here. You see the people with their hands up? That's who y'all need to talk to. Some of them made that transition. Y'all need my man back there. All do is trade and run his business now. Freedom. Do what you want to do. So, you have any questions about the class and what you will learn and stuff like that, I can answer those questions. But it'll probably be better if you get it from a student's perspective. And how can you join? Oh, that's a good question. One man, Tyler. Oh, Tyler gone. Well, how you can join? We have a link that you can use. Sniperinvestor.com. Hit that up. We have several different programs that you can join us with. We have our Sniper Investor membership. It's $199 a month. We trade live every day, Monday through Thursday, from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. And you have two live trainings, twice a week, Tuesday and Thursday. one at 2 p.m., and then Tuesday 2 p.m., Thursday at 7 p.m. We just got different levels. Or if you want to do like 4 days a week, you can get 4 days a week training, live Monday through Thursday, trade along with us, live Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. And you can come up here to the trading floor and trade along with us Monday through Thursday as well. That's $4.99. Then we have other programs, our Sniper Investor Technical Analysis class, which is our most sought after class. That class is $3,400. You take that class, you get full access to the Traders Club. You come up here and train with us. That's actually a 6-week class, but it's 5 days here in the office, hands-on intense. We take you from A to Z on everything you need to know in the markets from a fundamental perspective, then we show you from a technical perspective. Like if you think this is something here, you sit in class with us for like 4 hours a day, 5 days a week, and we breaking everything down. We're gonna show you how to get in and get out to the penny, no hesitation. That's why we call it the Sniper Investor Program, because we are true snipers when it comes to that. Okay, that'll work. Yeah. Yeah. So hit me on Instagram, send me a direct message. We need to make sure everybody got the right DM and the scammer. But it's the Sniper Investor. That's it. Just DM me, join, and we can get y'all set up. Definitely like to see y'all here, but we do have programs where you come in here and trade with us every day, have full access. We have a gym, we have a spa, we can't give y'all the full tour, but once you take that once you take the larger classes that we have access to the gym, we have the spa, you have a meal voucher for breakfast and for lunch, you have we have dry cleaning. We have everything, right? You basically have everything except a room for you. Because we do put a lot of time in up here. So DM the Sniper Investor, join. I can send you that information and show send the link and stuff like that so you can sign up. But we're gonna take a quick walk right through here over here. Oh, this is my main man, TK, right here.
How y'all doing?